news. Everybody knows by now. Everybody was calling for Jon Gruden, Mike Mayock, even just getting rid of Carr at the end of the Raiders versus Bears games because honestly, like that game, watching that game, my God, were they flat? It looked like Gruden lost the team. It really looked like Gruden was absolutely, he didn't do his job. He hasn't gotten his team ready for 2 weeks. We did a good 3-0 start, but like I said, if you go look at my other cast, I said I don't want to go hip hip hooray on 3-0. I'll go hip hip hooray if we're 6-0. But right now, like 3-0, I wasn't on that like, oh my God. So Jon Gruden, we knew that the emails came out. We knew about his this is him saying it, rubber lips comment. We addressed it. He addressed it prior to the Raiders versus Bears game. He addressed it after the Raiders versus Bears game. He said that's all he wanted to talk about it. Man, you got like big. I'm watching like that's good sputs, and I'm watching the Raider report. Everybody's on this right now, and I was gonna do a cast later on, but I absolutely had to do it right now because Jon Gruden has stepped down. This is his official statement. So Jon Gruden gave out a statement. I believe he met with Mark Davis on Monday mid afternoon. Mark Davis went straight to go find Mr. Gruden, but this is what Gruden had to say. I have resigned as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt anyone. A lot of people are calling him, misogynistic, homophobic, racist. He is. He is a lot of those. I guess when you say the emails that came out, definitely you would say that a lot of people would say that he is because of these emails and what they had to say in them. Sorry about the noise in the background. I do want to say that I like Gruden. I liked when we hired him. I thought it was a great decision. I like the old school coach mentality. Oh, we live in a society now that I feel like I'm doing a Joker meme or meme, but we live in a society where you got to take these. We're moving forward, and you got to take these actions, even though this is old emails like 10 years ago. But then Mitch said it on the Raider Report. There's emails that are not old. They're kind of recent. They're like the past like 4 years. Or you had him sharing, believe cheerleaders, images of cheerleaders. You had him just call people the F bomb. Related to people who are gay. We have a gay player on our team. He really dug himself in a hole, and there's consequences for that. When things are going to get out. I do feel like it's a hit job, honestly, from the NFL because the NFL couldn't do anything with Jon Gruden. They couldn't fight. They couldn't suspend him or anything like that because these emails came prior to before he was hired as a head coach for the Raiders. So what the NFL did, and he had some things to say about Commissioner Goodell. He was attacking the head guys here. So, yeah. So we'll talk about the season, but because you go against these big, powerful guys, it's like politics, right? How they're gonna play it. They're gonna play it dirty. So basically, they're trying to get Mark Davis like, look at all these emails. We are gonna leak all these emails to the media. You need to fire Jon Gruden. You need to get rid of him. We don't have the power to do it, but you have the power to do it. The Raider organization has the power to get rid of Jon Gruden. So when I think what Mark did was he kind of like wanted to hear, of course, Gruden's side and then try to find a way. Maybe that was the only email when he's talking about the rubber lips, the racial comments, and you had Tim Brown come out. You had a lot of players, but then you had players that didn't like Gruden, didn't see eye to eye in Gruden, but they and then you had people he worked with Monday night. yet saying that he's not a racist. I don't think Gruden's a racist. Honestly, I don't think he's a racist. I don't think either he was trying to hurt anybody with these emails because these are private emails. We say stupid shit when we're like with friends or family because we think it's private. But these emails got leaked, so I don't think he meant to hurt anybody. I don't think you could be. I don't think he's. I think he did it kind of not even in the. It's hard, man. It's very hard because he did still say these things, and these things have consequences. So I believe once Mark kind of wanted to know the whole situation, and then he talked to Jon. The thing is, Jon is somewhat of a hypocrite and a liar. He said he couldn't. He when he was addressing the one comment, with the racial comment, that he said something he said this like 10 years ago. He can't he can't recall anything else. He said, I don't believe that. I think Jon knew exactly what these emails were. And I think he knew he was going to get in a lot of hot water, a lot of trouble. He was just trying to steer away. Maybe they won't come out. Maybe he'll just address this one instant and we can move on. But that wasn't the case. The NFL kept pushing Mark Davis, the owner, and these emails got out, and Jon Gruden had to step down. There's no way coming back from this. Not only do you have a player who's gay on our team, and you can't really look him straight in the eye and tell him like I didn't mean all this. You're still going to lose the trust of that. You're going to lose the trust of your team. You're going to be a distraction of your team. You just caused a distraction for the season, even without being there. I like Jon Gruden. He's a character. He's kind of like Tupac, man. I mean, I don't want to compare the two, but when it comes to the mouth, they say shit that can get them in trouble. Sometimes they're wise, but sometimes their logic is not there. There's people out there that really wear their heart on their sleeve and really tell it like it is or speak bluntly. So that got them in trouble. The thing with Jon stepping down is that now you have questions, right? I had questions already after the Raiders and Bears game. The team just looked unenthusiastic. They looked bad, man. The O-line, terrible. They moved Leatherwood to guard. He did a little bit better, but the O-line penalties, like it was the same. Watching that game was so frustrating because you could see that even though we had a 3-0 start, we were still doing stupid stuff like this. There was not taking a step forward, but we're progressively taking a step back. Jon Gruden had 4 years to turn this organization around. And I think he did. I think he did help turn the mentality around, but the record still remained the same. We were still losing close games. Him and Mayock made questionable decisions in the drafting. I like some of our players he drafted. I like Abrams. I know a lot of people say he messes up a lot. I like him. Max Crosby, my boy. You had Josh Jacobs. A lot of people questioned the Khalil Mack trade. Give him his money. But I think Mack wanted to be out anyway. He wanted so much money, and we wouldn't be able to sign some of these players if we would have gave it to him, honestly. I like the Nate Hobbs pick, getting Casey Hayward. The defense looks better this year. So, but the decision with Gruden not firing his defensive coordinator last year, taking forever to do it, that's him. The play calling, that's him. The 2 straight seasons of looking to get into the playoffs and yet collapsing, that is him. To getting this team ready for not only the Chargers, but also the Bears, and continuing every single game to start slow and questioning the run game isn't there, man. The run game isn't there, so you got to throw it's mind-boggling. That is the reason why I don't really necessarily care that Jon Gruden is gone. I'm kind of saddened because I really wanted this guy to really prove a lot of the doubters wrong when we first hired him, to get us to the promised land, to redeem himself from coaching on the other side with Tampa Bay. I still remember that game when the Raiders played Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl and robbing Rich Gannon, Charlie Garner, Joey Porter hates the guy. Joey Porter, Crockett, Romanowski, Jerry Rice, robbing those guys of a ring. Because he knew exactly what was going down in that Super Bowl. And then you had the Bears game where the Bears defense was calling out all these offensive plays. They knew what was coming. It was so Jon Gruden. I love his old school mentality, but you gotta embrace the new school too. You cannot sustain. We're going forward, man. In the NFL, it is a pass happy league. The rules have changed. Clearly he doesn't like the concussion protocols a lot. It's changed. So with Jon Gruden being out, I don't know who's going to take over. A lot of people think that Greg Olson is. He's not going to. Or also Gus Bradley. I don't think he's going to. A lot of people are calling for Jack Del Rio. I actually like Jack. I understand why the Raiders picked Gruden over Jack. Gruden's a bigger name. He's won a Super Bowl. But Jack did a lot of won a Super Bowl as a head coach. Jack did a lot of good for us, man. He really brought Crabtree in. Crabtree was a good ball handler. He got us to the play. He got our first appearance in the playoffs, man. He got us in. Look at this. So under Jack, before Jack, Tom Cable is still our offensive coach, offensive line coach. People are saying for Tom Cable to come back in. No, he's struggling with the talent that he has right now. He got Hugh Jackson. That was a bust. Dennis Allen. We all know that one. Tony Cipriano. Oh, my God. So look at this, man. Look at Jack Del Rio, right? 2015, 7-9, third place. 2016, 12-4, wild card playoff spot. That's a good record, man. Khalil Mack was on our team. Derek Carr went down that season, so we didn't get the full potential of making a run on that. And then 2017, he did go 6-10, but I think he could have gotten a little bit better there. And then Jon Gruden's years, man. Jon Gruden's years, 4-12, man. That just we digressed. 7-9, 8-8, total collapses these last 2 years. So yes, the sensitivity of the emails got Gruden out, man. Got Gruden out. What he said, there was no way to come back from that. He had to. I said immediately when I saw these new emails are coming out, I was like, and then I saw what it said. I said, that's it, man. It's game over. Gruden is going to step down. I text my buddy, lifetime Raider fan as well. I said, look at, man, these emails. And he's like, no, I'm like, you clearly didn't read the new emails. And he's like, no, they're going to stick, it is what it is, but they're going to, I'm like, no, he's going to step down. He's going to step down because like he said, he didn't want to be a distraction. This was not going to go away. People were going to pressure Raider organization. There's this thing called cancel culture. They're going after Dave Chappelle right now. Jon Gruden, they went after his ass. The NFL went after him, especially when he's going after their boy, Commissioner, I want to say Commissioner Gordon, but Goodell. Absolutely, he had to step down, and he stepped down. And I think that, it was the right move for Gruden to step down. But, a lot of people, if you're sad that he's gone and you think that this season's going to be a waste, look at the record. Look at the track record, man, on Gruden. A lot of people want to call him out because he took over a Tampa Bay team that wasn't even his team. It was Tony Dungy's, and then he won the Super Bowl with. It just happened to happen. Fate happened to happen. He's playing card to play us as the Raiders, the Raiders that year. So I just think that you just see the team, man. You just see the team. It's the head coach's job to get this team ready to play these games. And these last 2 weeks, I didn't see any fire from this Raider team. It's wasted talent here. The decisions with Gruden, I said, why is he not going after an old lineman? Clearly, why did they blow up the line? There was decisions in here. So with him gone, I'm okay with. I'm absolutely okay with him being gone. He had his time. He had time to turn this organization around. He was able to have his high in the beginning of the season, but then you just kind of saw the team and the look on their face in their play, the play calling. and the decision making, and you saw that this team could head the wrong direction if we continue the season. I wasn't in the panic mode when I was going to do this cast because I was going to talk about the Raiders and are we in panic mode after the Bears game? I wasn't yet in panic mode. We would be have to be in panic mode if we lost to the Denver Broncos. If we lose to the Broncos, that's panic mode, man. That's like 3-3, season's not looking very good. If we beat the Broncos, now that Gruden is gone, I think that we could take a step to the right. I think we could continue to have a solid season. It's just going to really, it all boils down to not necessarily the coaching and whoever's going to take over as the interim coach. It's all going to boil down to the players. Foremost, they're getting, some of them have guaranteed contracts. Carr is not going to discuss anything with the Raiders until the end of the season. I don't even know if Carr's going to be back, man. If we're getting a new coach, I never like that though. If we get coaches that come in that are new, they want to get another quarterback. They want to get, I think we do need to draft a quarterback, but I don't think we necessarily need to leave Carr. I mean, Carr has made boneheaded this, like he should have, like, we had wide open Edwards at one point, but Edwards dropped the ball. There was a lot of drop passes in the Bears game. It's not all on Carr. It's the offensive lineman. It's the drop passes. It's absolutely the penalties. It's the run game that is not there because of the offensive lineman. But yes, Carr does make dumb decisions. I'd never like coaches coming in because now that he has to learn a new system again. But I feel like when coaches come in, they should at least try with the quarterback that's there, that at least is not, I don't think elite, but is a good quarterback, to see what they could do with him. Like, I want Bieniemy to come to I want him to be the head coach. That would be, I think I think he would stick with Carr, and I think he could make Carr a hell of a playmaker. I think he could really open up that playbook. So I would like Bieniemy to come to our side. And that's a rival coach coming over here, and it just sticks it to KC, and I love it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I would love Jack Del Rio coming back. That would be an interesting one, but I would like somebody new, somebody who hasn't had a shot just yet. That's why I like Bieniemy as coming in as a coach, but that's not going to be until next season. We have to focus on the season and where this team, the defense is better. I think it was a good hire to get Gus Bradley. Defense is way better, way better. We didn't get enough pressure these last 2 weeks, in my opinion, but they have been holding opponents way more than when they did last year. Last year, they were giving up at least 30 plus points. Now it's at least right there at the 20 mark, 24, but it's not 30, 35, 40. Jon Gruden is gone. Time to move on. I'm pretty sure this dude's life is done. This dude, that's the one thing we have to talk about, guys, is now Jon Gruden is gone as our head coach, but think prior to that. He was being invited to Raider games, lighting the torch. Mark Davis had full confidence. He gave him this huge contract. That's going to be the other question. Jon said if he didn't get the job done, he would give back the money. Anybody would see that that's not going to happen. There's no way that's going to happen. But he was royalty, man. He was royalty before having the second stink of a Raider coach. Here he was royalty. A lot of people, a lot of fans, myself included, really loved what he did back in the day and hated that he got traded away. He got AK fired. We didn't like that. We wanted him to stick around. We want to see what if it wasn't for the Tom Brady. It was a fumble, man. It was a fumble. Maybe who knows what would have happened. But now this man has all his dirt has come out, just like his brother in Washington. Such a bad situation. But with Gruden, he's a bigger name. Gruden's done. This guy is not going to be looked the same ever again. Not only that, he has to, first of all, he has to answer to his wife with the cheerleader picks. He has to answer to now fans who are absolutely upset, angry on just what he's done to the team these last 4 years, how it was kind of a waste. But he's not going to get a job anywhere. He's not going to get a job. He's not going to get a job in any NFL network. Nothing like that. He is done. He's done. So take away from the fact that he's done as a coach, he's done as pretty much this thing called cancel culture. There's some people who seem to be able to, get out of it, and that's Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, like, he's a comedian. That's what he does. With Jon Gruden, he's a head coach. He's preaching all this stuff, and then all this stuff comes out. This is bad on him. Like, he's absolutely, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. I don't see this guy doing anything else. I don't see him getting hired by anybody else. And I see a lot of people who praise Gruden or defended Gruden now going to retract their comments and their statements. I don't think Gruden meant any really harm. I really honestly don't. I think he just, he thought this was all private. It came out. I don't think he's a racist, but things, it came out. And I think you have to, there's consequences when things like this come out. I really do think this was a hit job. I really do think the NFL really went after Gruden. They don't like the Raiders. They don't like this culture. They don't like the fans behind closed doors. They don't like us. They don't like us. And they don't like finally we're getting good positive press in the first 3 wins. Did you see that? How quickly it would all turn, right? Carr and Gruden on the same page. After learning the system, after all these years, we're right where we need to go. Gruden going like, finally, Carr getting praise. We were getting talked about. Talk shows were talking about us. Now we're back to being talked about in a negative light. Like people say, when the Raiders are good, it's good for the NFL. More ticket sales, more jersey sales, everything goes up in just making money, pretty much. But behind closed doors, it's like, I would even say like class, man. I think that the NFL think of us as lower class. They don't want to believe that all this good stuff could happen for them. They want to see KC prevail. They want to see New England prevail. They want good stories. They want Tom Brady. They want Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron Rodgers though. They want these guys. They don't want Raiders. They don't want Derek Carr, even though we're at Vegas. They don't want that storyline. So I think they really, really pressured Mark, and they really just blackmailed the hell out of him, honestly. But Gruden, Gruden should have done the things he did. And if he would have done, if he said all this stuff, why is he putting it on emails? I don't get it. Why, people? Why? Gruden, he's done. He's done. He's done as a coach. I think he's done in the NFL world. Honestly, I think he's going to be living a very quiet life, maybe with his wife or not. He's done. It's a sad thing to see that I have to talk about all this mess, man. The Raiders have been bad for so long. The Raiders have absolutely had their ups and downs, coaching after coaching, gone after gone. I want to win. I want the season to still defy the odds. What a hell of a way. We are the rebels. We are the underdogs. We are the team that gets talked about nonstop in not a good light, in a negative light, all the single time. We are the people, we are the Raider fans that know why we struggle. We are the Raider fans that watch a game and says, same old Raiders, penalties, dumb decisions. Only the Raiders would do this. We have lived this life throughout all of our life that have been rooting for the Raiders. We know, they know. We are a team that I wish that can still have their glory days back in those 70s when they were in LA too. Like and then even our last Super Bowl appearance, man, when I was a kid and been a Raider fan all my life, I want the glory days back, man. I want to see us succeed. I want us to make the Super Bowl. I want us to win the damn Super Bowl. This is the time. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm telling my teammates, Gruden's out. And I'm pretty sure not a lot of people liked him in that locker room. Take it from Joey Porter. Go listen to him and what he had to say about Gruden. Gruden's out if I'm Derek Carr, but we're still in this. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging. There's nothing to lose now. This season, we're 3-2. We know our potential when we go, because we went 3-0. We can beat these guys. We can be a playoff team. We can continue to succeed. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm telling that to every single one of my teammates. There is talent on this team. There's a wide receiver core on this team. Could be a running game on this team. We need to make moves. Now is the time whoever's going to step in to start looking at some offensive linemen. Incognito is coming back. Do not rely on that. He will get injured. Go get some offensive linemen, maybe some defensive players. You have nothing to lose this season. This might be actually a blessing. Now that Gruden is gone, now the players actually could play for themselves and their teammates. I honestly think that Gruden really divided that locker room. And like I said, if you don't believe me, you need to go listen to Joey Porter's interview on, and this is like years ago when he's talking about he did not see eye to eye with Gruden. And Joey Porter was a prominent wide receiver for the Raiders. I think Carr, man. I think Carr, I think he has to go down swinging because this is realistically his final year. Realistically, this is probably Carr's final year. And why not, man? Just why not? We have to just try to win these games, man. If we lose to the Broncos, hit the panic button. It's not looking good because the Broncos is a team, once again, we should beat, just like the Bears. But us Raiders, we love to play at below or at the same level of our competition. We're going to have to see, man. I mean, you're going to have news all day. Look, I'm getting news all day. With Jon Gruden, you're going to have the outlet really talking about this story. We have a game to play, though. This is, was it Monday? It's Monday. It's Monday, so we got a week and to really prepare for the next game. But this is already a distraction. Even if Gruden's gone, this is gonna continue to be a distraction. But it could be turned around by our play, by our winning season. Now, I'm not expecting to win like all the games after this, but I'm expecting to try to squeak into those playoffs. If we get into the playoffs, I think this is a good testament to this Raider team of this year. They might blow it up next year with Mayock. They might even fire Mayock. Now that was Gruden's boy, he brought him in. This is going to be an interesting situation. I'm not going to cover this until after the Broncos game. That's when we're going to have to really talk about and see, be realistic. Is this Raider team going to be able to continue to be successful this year? Are we going to have to do another rebuild at next year? I don't really want to focus on next year. I want to focus on this year and see what we can do. What's up, drunk? How's it going? It sounds good, but Gruden wasn't just a coach. He was the face of the franchise. He was the face of the franchise. 4 years of it. He's not anymore. I think Gruden being gone, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter when it comes to the overall kind of record. Performance-wise, it's going to be interesting because that is Gruden's system. That is his Y2 banana. Like, that's him. It's Gruden. He was play calling. He was pretty much the dictator of that team. He was the face of the team. This is how you know if we are different this year than the previous years. We got to see what the team does as a kind of like a band of brothers. We got to see how they're going to face the Broncos, our rivals in the division, how they're going to embrace change. I'm pretty sure they're still going to stick with some of Gruden's playbook, but we have to see how this team perseveres. We have to see If they can overcome this is how I said in the beginning of the year, this team looks different. The difference is the defense was playing better. This team just looks like they're they're here to they fight and they find a way to win games in the first 3 games. The last 2 games, same old Raiders. But that was with Jon Gruden on the helm too. They did it in the beginning with Jon Gruden in the helm. They did it in these last 2 weeks. But I still believe that this team is a little different. They have players there that seem like they're in it. They're focused. Not these last 2 weeks. I'm saying this, but I see something. I see something in this team, and I think they can persevere. I think this is going to light the fire on their ass. I think this is going to really kind of bring them more together. And they hear the talks of Derek Carr, get rid of him. He's not coming back. They hear the Jon Gruden stuff. They hear like this Raider team's done. Season's over. They hear that. They're normal people. They watch Sports Center. They listen to everything. They look on the internet. They're normal people. They know. They hear it. They know they have a chip on their shoulder. And God damn it, good. I hope they do. I hope they're fired up. I hope they're ready to play. I hope they are angry. They're mad. They're mean. They're ready. Whatever comes their way. I hope they say, you know what, screw it. If this season's over, then I'm going to go down swinging. I'm going to earn this money. I'm getting paid, but you know what? I got to do it for myself, and I got to do it for the fan base. What I love about the Raiders, players and fans, is that there seems to be always a love for Eddie. Khalil Mack put up the O when he sacked Carr a couple times. He put up the O because he knows Oakland Raiders. He's still, as much as I kind of don't like Mack for the fact that I know he was going to leave anyway, demanding a lot of money, but you understand it because, it's people's lives. But he still has respect for the fans. He still loves the fans. He still has the little soft spot for the Raiders. But, John did him dirty too. So this is going to be the telling point. The season's not over, but it's going to paint a clear picture when we face the Broncos, when we face the Eagles before our bye. It's going to paint that picture. We're going to see if they continue to fall flat in the first half. We're going to see if they gave up. We can't tell right now because the game is not played yet. This has happened at the beginning of this week. Thank God it happened in the beginning of this week. Thank God Gruden just stepped down. It sounded like he just walked away. It sounded like he's just like, I'm out. Bye. Which basically he did. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still a Raider fan. I'm not giving up ever. Hopefully we win one before I die. This is a day where it happened. It's time to move on. The season's not over. It's a long-ass season. Let's continue to see if our Raiders are a little bit different this year than the previous year. Let's see them battle. Let's see them fight. I really feel like that this could really motivate us, and I really feel like this season's not lost. I honestly don't feel like the season's lost. We have too much talent, and I feel like the chains have been kind of like broken. We're not, we're ready to go. We're not getting held back. The play calling duties is not on Gruden anymore. It's on somebody else. It's on Greg Olsen. It should be on Greg Olsen, but we'll see. I still believe we could make the playoffs. And if we make the playoffs, I still believe, like I've always said, any Raider team that doesn't have Jamarcus Russell, any Raider team, okay, that makes the playoffs is still a dangerous team. We could still really make some noise. So I hope you guys don't give up on the Raiders this season. I hope you guys continue to support the Raiders. I hope you continue to support this channel because I still will be covering The Raiders. I got to go to the Raiders and Chargers game, so I got to see one of Jon Gruden's final games. So we'll see what developing news happens. But in all honesty, if you look at the future, Gruden's done as a person. Wise getting any work from the NFL Network or anything like that. He absolutely just got blacklisted right now from the NFL. He is done. He's gonna be quietly his remainder years. He's gonna be in scrutiny. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach. I don't think that gets taken away from him. We'll see what the NFL does. They probably will try to, strip him from his Hall of Fame, blah, blah, blah. And then even like more people will come out saying, you see, Tony Dungy, that was Tony Dungy's team. And then just, he's done. He's absolutely done. But we're going to have to see what this Raiders team does. I look forward to the next game to see how they respond, because they need to respond and they need to win the game. If they win the game, I think that's going to give great momentum going into the Eagles game. And if they win the Eagles game, the season's not lost, guys. The season is not lost. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. Like the video too. It helps out the channel really push forward. If you haven't seen it yet, I made 2 videos. I made one for my good buddy Overdue Bobcat 50. He went to the Steelers and Bengals game, so I made a video for him on that. And then I also made a video for Raiders versus Chargers that Monday night that me and my buddy went to. So go check that out. That's on my channel. I'll probably have the link description, or the link on the description box. So yeah, guys, don't give up hope. It's a messy situation. It's a situation the Raider organization absolutely did not need, especially with the flat play that we've been playing in these 2 weeks. Gruden's gone. It is what it is. It's done. It's over with. We'll talk about it for a couple days. Time to move on. Coaches come and go. We need to find next year a coach that I hopefully be enemy, or somebody that you guys believe in, that's going to really take this to the promised land. But for now, I'm focused on this season. I believe that, not only Carr, but the Raider team could continue to have success. So I'm Danny Manic and Danny's son. Until next time we talk some Raider football.